There's no pick. What did I do with the pick? What else is new? Hello, this is Aristotle Full Throttle. This is the Aristotle Full Throttle show. I am without a guitar pick, as usual. This is not anything new. They're gonna make a sequel to the Predator movies. You know why? Because of money. Money is what people like. They love that money thing. It seems to be going around a lot. Well, not that much these days. There's only a few people who have the money. So, they want to keep the money. And we'll just keep giving the money to them. This cup has sunflowers on it. I'd like to say it is in support of our friends in Ukraine. Oh, here's a guitar pick. I got one. Oh, here's another one. This is a better one. This is a better one. This is a better one. All right. Boy, oh boy. Sometimes you got to log into everything. What is up with passwords? I hate them. I was watching Beetlejuice the other day with my moms, because sometimes you got to watch Beetlejuice. Okay, which one of these are traffic lights? I'm logging into a thing. Like, tell us traffic lights. What are traffic lights? What are vehicle? Tell us which one is vehicle. Vehicles. Listen, I've seen vehicle before. Oh my God, traffic lights again. These are traffic lights. Verify. More. Bus? Okay. That is bus. That is bus. What is... That is bus. That is also bus. Verify. Oh, now I can log in. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I just had to tell the computer that I am not a computer because I know what a bus is. I don't know what a universal serial bus is, though. USB. USA. 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 USB. All right. It's always fun getting started here. One of my favorite things about the show is that it is completely impromptu. I just come up with the show. The show is about the show. So if you're watching the show, you're a part of the show. If I'm doing the show, I might not even know someone's watching, because usually at this time of the show, nobody's really watching. I'm going to do a show for about 20 minutes, play some guitar, talk about this movie called Prey, which is the sequel, the prequel to Predator, apparently. I guess it takes place in an earlier time. That's the Predator. Alan Silvestri theme. How's it go? Da-da, da-da-da, da-da. I'm just trying to remember how it goes in my head. I don't know if you can play that on guitar. You can play anything on guitar. Like that chord, which is a weird chord, but I like it. Ooh, I never played that chord before in my life. Jazz chords. You can just play jazz chords all day and they sound fine. See, it doesn't matter. Jazz doesn't matter. I'm still sweating because I went to the gym. I'm not still standing because I am Elton John. I'm still standing. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right? The theme music to Predator. Predator is a movie that I loved when I was a kid. Had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. I think, in my opinion, Predator, the movie, hot take, is Arnold Schwarzenegger's best acting performance. And you know why I think that? Because he was acting across Carl Weathers. There was nothing better than Carl Weathers. He said, Dylan, they got you pushing too many pencils. All right, Dylan. Dutch, and Dylan. You know what I'm talking about. It's the famous handshake, the famous manliest handshake in the movie history of all motion pictures. The handshake, where that movie was directed by John McTiernan. The music is by Alan Silvestri. It's got Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, Jesse Ventura. It's even got Shane Black in it. I'm talking about 1987's Predator. You ever see that movie? Excellent. Excellent movie. You know why? Because the alien had an incredible... spoiler alert, there's an alien in it. Second of all, it's got an excellent creature design. Creature design, unlike any other, and it's always good when the creature design pays off, and probably the best creature design since the movie Alien, which came out about 8 years before. So, the movie Alien had a great creature design. That's why it was successful, I think. You know, people, you gotta hit people in the primals, in the primordials. You gotta hit them in the, things. Hey, Cat Blue Chart! You have any requests on the guitar? What are you painting today, Cat Blue Chart? I was just talking about the Predator movies. I gotta remember how the theme music goes. I don't know how it goes. If I sat here and toiled with it for like hours, I'd figure it out. My hair looks good, thanks. I feel like a wet dog. This is what happens when I dunk it. That's the theme song to Back to the Future, which is also by Alan Silvestri, which was 2 years before Predator. Remember that? I do. It's very similar. He's got lots of percussion, and he's got that very triumphant sounding stuff. You know, major chordy, major scaly, fifthsy stuff, like Superman. All that Superman Star Wars. Very triumphant sounding. You're waiting for your dog to finish his poop and go back to painting. Well, thank you for stopping by during your dog poops. I'm always welcoming a bowel movement. Even if you're watching this on the toilet yourself, that's fine with me. I don't mind at all. Hey, is this Will? Home for the day means live streaming early. Well, Will, I'm only going to do about 20 more minutes of the show today because I'm going out, and tomorrow I go back to LA for a couple weeks and I'll be back here, so trying to get it all in this. Will, have you seen that they're coming out with a prequel for Predator, and it's going to be called Prey, because you know what else? Next movie should be called Apex Predator, you know, like it's Apex Technical School. They you know, the Apex Predator went to Apex Technical Predator School. DeVry. Capital Church says, I'm watching you on my phone. I'm not pooping yet. Well, that's pretty much a true statement for almost every human. I'm not pooping yet. Or, they're pooping. Sometimes when people ask me, hey, how's it going? I'll be like, yeah, you know, they're like, how you doing? I'm in between peas. Isis Will says, I saw a short ad last night. Looked like good until the predator parts. I know they killed a bear in it because they were like, what would happen if a predator fought a bear? The next one they're going to be like, what would happen if a predator fought a great white shark? And the next one they say, what would happen if a predator fought Jerry Lewis? My money's on the predator for that one. What'd you say? Is Well says, looks good until the predator parts. The Prevenant. Yeah, it's a very much The Prevenant. It's a very pregnant, prevenant type of movie looking situation. Let me zoom in a little bit. I'm zoomed in. Oh, I tell you something. I think you understand. When I kill that something, I wanna be a predator. I wanna kill you because I'm a predator. I wanna kill my prey. That's a song by the Predator Beatles. Every planet has their version of the Beatles, and on the Predator planet, they sing about killing, because that's all they care about. This Predator movie does not have the best tagline. The best tagline for any movie ever is for Predator 2, which takes place in Los Angeles in supposedly 1997, I think, even though it was like 1989 when it came out, or 91. So it's like way in the future in 1997. And so the tagline for the Predator movie for Predator 2 was great. It was, "He's in town with a few days to kill," which is great. It's one of the best taglines for any movies ever. But the tagline for this movie, called Prey, which is a prequel to Predator, is "They hunt to live. He lives to hunt." I'm like, all right. Not everybody can be Predator 2. It can't all be gems. Yes, it is coming to streaming on Hulu. I'm excited. We're going to do a watch party. I like a Predator story, which is the same beats. It's people are getting picked off. It's hot out. It's real hot. So it's a real hot summer, right? And then people are getting picked off one by one. And then they're like, "Who's doing this?" And it turns out, if it bleeds, we can kill it. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, that was Seasons, Judy. Correct. That was Seasons. I was playing a little bit of Chris Cornell's Seasons. Oh, I just don't like that this B string does not cooperate with me. Come on, cooperate. Yeah, close enough. What's a fun song? Let me see if I can play. That's I'm trying to play the Meat Puppets. Very, very. If I could say "Time in a Bottle" by Jim Croce. If I could save time in a bottle. He's so like sensitive. Of course he's sensitive. He's a musician. Jim Croce. I'm trying to wrestle with this guitar. It's humid. So you know what I'm talking about, Will. If it gets humid... Let me see if I can play it later. I gotta... Nothing on top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. No these, and so don't be scared. Anyway, remember that one? The Nirvanas did a cover of it. The Nirvanas, remember the precursor to the Donnas? The Nirvanas and the Donnas, my favorite. Did you ever learn any James Taylor? I mean, I feel like every James Taylor song is... Right? That's every James Taylor song. What would be a James Taylor song? I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Oh my goodness. This tuning. Thank you for tuning into my podcast where you just listen to me tune. But I have mercy on your ears. Oh, it's Tim Croce. What about this? I don't know. Pink Floyd, I would play, that sounds like a Doobie Brothers, actually. Right? What would it be, let me see if I can remember. I can remember how to play it. I was trying to play this the other week. Yeah. Oh no! Oh no! I gotta work at the chords first in my brain. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. Dark sarcasm in the classroom. Let's need some kids alone. Yeah. Hey, teacher, leave us kids alone. Yep. That's the coolest part, and I messed it up. Oh, because, oh no, we're just, wait, what would be the, what would the next quote be? Oh no, we're just another brick in the wall. Yeah, thank you. That's my rendition of it. I just made it up. Come on, help me out here. Yeah, that was sound of Doobie Brothers. Doobie Brothers song is... Dust. And there's also a song by Jimi Hendrix that's like... I'm not as nimble as I used to be on the guitar. I have to practice. Yeah. Oh no, we're just another brick in the wall. We don't need no education. My mom used to love this song. Hey, Dave. sarcasm in the classroom. I'm trying to remember how it goes. Leave us kids alone. Hey, teacher. Leave us kids alone. We're just I don't know. I give up. I should practice that one, or at least remember how it goes. Welcome to the show, everybody. We were just talking about the sequel to, or the prequel to Predator called Prey coming out. Remember the famous 1987 movie Predator by John McTiernan, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger? They got you pushing too many pencils over there. And they've got Carl Weathers. Listen, Dutch, this was a secret mission. You dropped us all in the meat grinder. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you got to do some storytelling. I shouldn't probably walk you through my thought process on how songs go, that I don't remember how to play. But I got to lower the action again on this thing. It's humid. It's warping. It's warped. You guys remember that obscure Red Hot Chili Peppers song from 1996? Isis Will says, I haven't touched an instrument in maybe months. Isis Will, what are you doing? Go touch an instrument. I implore you to. I haven't caught up on Obi-Wan Kenobi. I haven't seen episode 4 yet. I did see episode 3, if you guys want to talk about episode 3. That is an episode I did see last week. It was, David, I don't know if you've seen that episode yet, but so I won't talk about it yet. Isis Will says, I still haven't seen that last Predator movie, The Predator or whatever. I think the last Predator was called, like, it was some tense. It was like Predatored. Apex Predatoring. Gone Predatoring. Which starring Ernest from Ernest Goes to Camp. And he's dead now, so it's really a difficult role for him. What was his name? He was a great actor, actually. I loved that character, Ernest. Listen, call me a simple person, but I loved Ernest. I'm saying that in earnest. You still haven't seen the last Predator movie. Well, The Predator did one thing that I've never seen in a movie before. It was actually written by Shane Black. Shane Black is in the movie Predator. He had just written, I think, Lethal Weapon. He was the hot, young screenwriter on the scene, so he was very young. He was the youngest screenwriter to sell a screenplay for the most amount of money. The movie Lethal Weapon was sold for like $3 million. The screenplay or something. I don't remember. It was like the most anybody was ever paid for just writing a thing. It was successful. Love those Lethal Weapon movies. But so John McTiernan, when he was directing Predator, said, this is the new hot young screenwriter. I can't hire him as a writer, but I'll hire him as an actor to be in this movie. So he hired Shane Black, young writer, hotshot, to be in the movie Predator. He plays Hawkins, I think. And he hired him to be in the movie. But of course, on the movie set, John McTiernan, the director of the movie, said, hey, Shane Black, what do you think would be good here? How about you punch up the script today? And Shane Black came up with that joke about his girlfriend in that movie. Why'd you say it twice? I didn't. That joke. Which was the impetus to make Billy laugh. You know that movie is like super hyper masculine? When I was a kid, I watched that. I was like, I guess every adult dude has to talk like this. I thought that was like required. Once you become a man, you talk like this and you chew tobacco and you spit it on people's feet. But I love that movie a lot. It taught me how to be a filmmaker. I think there's a lot of really cool filmic things in that movie. Predator. I did a fact video on the movie Predator, if you want to watch that on my channel. So go ahead and do that, please, when you can. That one's one of my highest viewed videos. What's it? I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. I think that's how it goes. I ain't got time to bleed. That's what I think you're gonna say, is this, Will? Oh, I forgot to put the comments on the screen here. I was doing an audition yesterday, so I had to like take the things off the screen so that I could record whatever I'm doing. By the way, this is a sailboat, and that, don't adjust your televisions or whatever device you're watching this on. This is a Christmas tree right here. It's Christmas all year round down here in this my parents' downstairs area. Yep. Anybody know that song? It's very obscure. Honey pie. Honey pie. It's a good song. It's artful. Christmas on the high seas. You ever drink high sea? Ecto Cooler. Speaking of Ecto Cooler, they're coming out with a sequel to, it's time to go. It's almost time to go. 10 minutes to go. And then I'll leave you with this. They're going to come out with Ghostbusters Afterlife. The second Ghostbusters Afterlife. So, are you excited about that? Are you not excited about that? I'm kind of like, okay, let's get back to New York City. Here's my biggest complaint about Ghostbusters Afterlife. It takes place not in New York City, which is the central character, if you ask me. The central character of a Ghostbusters movie, especially the first Ghostbusters. The character is New York City, and all of the things that affect New York City if it were inhabited and buggered by ghosts. See? So when they go out into the countryside, it doesn't really work that effectively for me. I didn't hate Ghostbusters Afterlife. I just didn't love the fact that it's just missing an entirely important integral part of what makes a Ghostbusters movie. It's New York City and how New York City is affected by ghosts, and period. And the attitude that comes along with that. This is why I would have loved to see Dan Aykroyd's proposed Ghostbusters 3 script. If you guys have ever heard about it or heard a treatment for it, it sounded like it was going to be excellent. So here I'll spoil Ghostbusters 3, written by Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis in the 90s. They never got to produce it, but this is what it would have been. And I love this idea. Now buckle up. Yep. I don't know how it goes. But this would have been the movie. Basically, Egon and Ray would have figured out how to phase reality into a parallel dimension. So Manhattan would have been called Manhattan. And it would have been, they would have phased in and out of a reality where Manhattan was also the hell version, the hell dimension, a dimension that exists exactly like this one, but it's all hell. It's ruled by the devil, Satan themselves. So it was going to be called like Ghostbusters Go to Hell. And it was cool. So apparently that universe was bleeding over into our universe. And then in order to combat that universe bleeding over into this universe, you know, we're talking a lot like this in a lot of modern day movies too, actually. Dan Aykroyd proposed that they could create a device, the Ghostbusters, because they're smart enough. They've got the tools, they've got the talent. They could actually phase into the hell version of Manhattan, which is rife with comedy material. Now that's a breeding ground for jokes. You just say, this is Manhattan, but it's hell. Now, what are the jokes? A million jokes you can make about that. So every single thing. The mayor could have been a devil. He could have been a demon. You know, like the bad guys, it would have been funny to see them be good guys. It would have, you know, whatever. Just invert everything. And just think of all the comedy you could do. And the fact that they would have been, you know, bothered by demons and Satan themselves. It would have been a funny premise to go with for Ghostbusters 3. Ghostbusters Go to Hell. That would have been way better. Because then you could still have the character of Manhattan, but in an inverted reality of it being hell, Manhattan. So. We'll never get that. We'll never get that sequel. We'll also never get George Lucas's Star Wars sequels, which sounded way better. Kinda. I saw a synopsis of that today. It would have been basically the 3 movies would have revolved around Darth Maul's apprentice, and she would have been a Twi'lek, and she would have been a Sith, and there would have been a crime syndicate that Princess Leia was trying to fight, and then she would have become Grand Chancellor, and she, Princess Leia, would have been found to have been the balancer of the Force, not Anakin and not Luke, which would have been like poetry. It would have rhymed. It would have been great. And it would have revolved around Anakin's grandchildren. As this well says, it's missing New Yorkers, not so much the city, I'd say. So if they can place another place where there are some places with personalities are great for comedy. The biggest joke could be, I disagree with you, Will. I think that the spine of the movie is how New York City and all the different locations and locales and all the different attitudes, the specific backdrop of New York City. It's like doing a Woody Allen movie, not in New York. Do you know what I'm saying? Woody Allen, whatever you think about him, his movies, part of the character, you know, maybe Paris also because he lives there, but I'd say it's like doing a Woody Allen movie in Oklahoma. Might not work. I mean, he's a good enough director that he could pull it off and probably write something that has that central feeling in it. But the idea of making the movie Manhattan and doing that in Florida or Manhattan, Kansas, not the same to me. All right, well, thank you for joining me. Just having a quick live stream here today. Gonna go hang out with my brother Ricky. And I'll tell him you said hello. As Will says, the biggest joke be that nothing changes. It's just Manhattan under Giuliani again. That would be funny if just Giuliani played himself with no change. You go to the hell dimension and it's Giuliani again. He's just still Giuliani. No inversion. They're like, well, he's in a neutral party. Not neutral. He's evil already. Anyway, it's always good to see you. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will see you soon. Currently, I'm in a basement, but soon I will be back in my apartment. That's when you'll next see me. Thank you for watching. I love you. Goodbye.